In the last video, I successfully showed you how to move Yoke out of his old house and into his apartment in the city. Now that we've finally moved him out of his house, we can finally start with the next tutorial for this series, which is how to make Kilju. Kilju is probably one of the most lucrative and easiest jobs to do in the game because it requires basically zero effort. In order to make Kilju, you need a couple basic ingredients. First thing you'll need obviously is the Kilju bucket that you got from the island on the first episode. You'll want to fill the bucket with water. Now, I learned this tip from another YouTuber, but apparently the bucket fills up faster if you use the shower head to fill up the bucket. I don't know how that works exactly or how that makes sense, but apparently that's what I found out. After the bucket is full, you'll want to grab some other things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bags of sugar, and then put an entire box of yeast into the bucket as well. After that, simply close the lid. After about a minute or so, you'll start to hear bubbles coming from the bucket. Now these bubbles will indicate how much is left for brewing for the Kilju. The longer interval between each bubble sound will indicate how close it is to being finished. Now typically a batch of Kilju takes about 2 or 3 days to finish. So once the bubbles stop bubbling, and you know it's done. Here's a brief clip from the second day of brewing to show you what I mean. Once the Kilju is finally ready, it is time to harvest the fruits of your labor. Here's a pro tip for someone who wants to fill the bottles up quickly. I've lined up all my bottles here against the wall like this, and actually if you do this, you can fill up most of the bottles fairly quickly, with the exception of, in this case, the ones on the corners and they're closer to the wall. But it does work if you don't want to just dunk every individual bottle into the bucket. You don't necessarily have to have 20 empty bottles to sell Kilju, but this is typically what I do because that way I won't have to go all the way back to the landfill and pick up the whatever amount of balls I had and then sell them again. It just makes it easier for me. After the balls have all been filled, take the bucket back to the bathroom and start filling it up again. While you're doing this, you can start loading up the Kilju balls in the back of the car. Now, if you want to fill up the bucket even faster, you can actually go take it to the lake. But I mean, the amount of time you have to walk to the lake and walk back would be probably about the same time it would take for the sink or the shower to fill the bucket. However, if you did your Kilju operation like I did in my old save, and you had all your Kilju stuff in the venti shack, the lake is literally next door, so it would have made more sense to put it in the lake than having to pump the water pump until it was full. After I put all the balls outside, I gathered all my materials to brew another batch while I was going to deliver the Kilju. After that, just start loading up the bottles. Now, I do have to tell you, sometimes depending on if you like roll the vehicle or crash the vehicle or whether it be the van or the Satsuma, sometimes the bottles can clip through the car and fall out. So if you do have a crash, like if you roll over or you do a jump or something, it's always a good idea to check the area for any bottles you might have missed because they can just literally clip through the car. So that's been an issue for a long time. I don't know if Topless will ever fix it, but just make sure. If you're wondering why I switch vehicles in the next scene, it's because on the way driving to Juko's, I crashed into Kenna and broke my windshield. If you come to his house and find that Juko's not there, sometimes he won't spawn because either he and his friends got drunk and are all passed out, or he simply just isn't there, even though it's supposed to be the time when he's supposed to be there. If this happens to you, simply just save your game and reload, and she should be back where he is supposed to be. After you get to Yuko's house, simply put the first bottle of Kilju on the table. If you've brewed the Kilju right, then he should be pleased by the batch.
Aivan helvetti, hyvä kilju, hei. Jumalauta.
After that, simply put the rest of the balls on this table. Now, keep in mind, after the latest update, for over every 4 bottles you sell, you have to drink some in order for him to give you the money. So in my case, I have 20 bottles, so I have to drink 4 bottles to get the money. Now, I guess this is fine and all, but if you plan on selling like over 40 or even 60, you're probably going to end up just passing out because you gotten too drunk, which can prove to be a problem. Now, I suppose there's a way to mediate this. You could either use a mod, or you could sell him 4 bottles of Kilju, save your game, and sell him 4 more bottles of Kilju, and keep doing it until you've sold all the bottles. Now, that would mean I have to save 5 times because I have 20 bottles. And when you save your game, 2 hours of in-game time go by. So if you don't have much else to do for that day, you would have wasted 10 hours of in-game time to sell all of the bottles. There is also another way, but it isn't in this video. It'll be in a YouTube short I'll be uploading the same time as this video, which will be probably up above in the little title card thingy-majigger. Go check it out after you're done, or check it out right now. I don't really care. After that, simply start drinking. Once you've drinking enough, he will give you the money. Because you are drinking from his own supply or from the stash he bought from you, obviously it will also give you less money. In the old days, you used to get 3,400 marks, but now you get a little bit less money because of it. After you drink in the final bottle, he will finally give you the money. Now, as soon as you sell all the Kilju bottles to Yuko, you could actually drive immediately over to the landfill to collect the empty bottles, which doesn't make any sense because I really just sold them and then I can drive there to pick them up immediately after, which would lead me to believe that Yuko, as soon as I left, immediately drank them and then found a way to get to the landfill before me. So, but we're not gonna get into too deep into that kind of stuff. But it makes you wonder, though, if Yuko has some kind of liver of steel, if he's able to drink the entire batch in one sitting and not die. One thing to look out for, too, at the landfill is there is one lone wasp that flies around the landfill, as you just heard on the video. And just try to make sure and not get stung or also go blind. Honestly, I haven't gotten stung yet, and usually when I hear the wasp fly around me, I just stay completely still and it doesn't bother me. I don't know if it'll still sting me if I stay still, but it hasn't happened yet, so I'm going to keep doing that. And that is pretty much it. That is the complete guide to selling and making Kilju in my summer color. And the best part about it is, it doesn't count towards your net income on the police fines. So you can sell as much as you want, and your police fine will still be low. I mean, selling Kilju is fine, but I'd still gamble instead. That's pretty much it for this video, guys. I'm probably going to make a poll on what I should make next. Maybe I'll probably do a junk card guide and make a stream out of it, probably. So until next time, guys, I'll see you later.